Okay, Fantastic Four is just released, and let me just say it was pretty fantastic. Boom, 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 boom. Four, 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 four. Fantastic Four. I don't know what happened. We're gonna have a drink to start the video. We got a Celsius tropical vibe. It is a pretty tasty drink in my opinion. I like Celsius. They give me lots of energy and they make me feel really good. So we're gonna drink one. Four cheers for the Fantastic Four because there's four of them and they each deserve one. And I get two because I'm the fucking coolest. So we're gonna do six cheers in total. How's it sound, gang? Cheers! 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 Ugh. Boom! Fantastic Four! I really liked the Fantastic Four movie. I thought it was fantastic. So, the characters.
To knock you off your feet. You wanna say hey, but you don't. You don't. Your mom says tell her how you feel, but you won't. Cause you're just too cool to tell her truly. Get your feelings all getting unruly.
Let me just start by saying I was not a personal fan of the Fantastic Four cast. At the beginning of it all, I was not thinking these guys are gonna be the shit. Let's just say I wasn't thinking they were gonna be my personal choices for the Fantastic Four. They were not what I was thinking would be good for a Fantastic Four cast. Pedro Pascal was a specific one that I was like, that's probably no good. Vanessa Kirby thought would probably do well. Joseph Quinn was a little worrying. Evan Moss-Bachrach, though, I thought he was going to do well just because I think he's a good actor. Not that I think Joseph Quinn or Pedro Pascal are bad actors. I just think they were probably typecasted a little bit. Pedro Pascal is the leading man. Joseph Quinn is the funny guy. And I think that could be good. You know, I just didn't know if it was going to be a good thing in this movie. However, I was totally proven wrong because one of the biggest standouts in this movie is Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. He's basically perfect in this movie. It's incredible. The guy does such a great performance, and I just feel so attached to the character now. I was never like a huge fan of the Fantastic Four comics. I've never like gotten super into them. I never read a lot of them. They're kind of my major blind spot comics wise. I do enjoy them, and I have read more of them since I started playing Marvel Rivals recently because I really like playing as the Thing, and I don't want to not know about the characters I'm playing as because I think that's stupid. But anyway, I've been reading some Fantastic Four, and I think Joseph Quinn really picks up on a lot of the Johnny Storm that you don't really get to see a lot of in the comics, at least from my experience. I think he has this good intelligence about him that you don't really get to see super often, but it's like not smartest man alive like Reed Richards, but it's also not like stupid like everybody likes to think he might be. You get this whole emotional side for him where he's just making decision after decision that are just so heavy hitting and it's so perfect for his character. I love it. It's really good. And I think that Joseph Quinn needs to be in more movies. Get him in more movies. I love this guy. Put him in more movies. Sue Storm, also pretty perfect. Vanessa Kirby is doing an incredible job. She's very emotional and she's very strong. She does a great job in every scene she's in. I feel like she does a great Sue Storm. I don't know how else to explain it. She's just kind of encapsulating everything that this character is. She has a lot of internal power to her. She's very strong, and you can just feel this emotional weight around her, and it's really perfect because I just feel like every scene she's in, she just steals. It's really hard to like the other characters when she's around because you're just thinking, man, Sue Storm is cool as fuck. Which then brings me to Reed because you can't really talk about Sue without talking about Reed. Reed is pretty good. And maybe a little bit more than pretty good. Pedro Pascal is picking up on Reed's stoicism really well, but something that a lot of people aren't mentioning is how much heart he has in this movie. He cares so much for his family, and it really comes through in this. You, at certain points, wonder what he would sacrifice to protect his family, and vice versa, what would he sacrifice to protect the world. He has such a logical mindset, but occasionally it's blocked out by the emotional strength he has. And you kind of just have to feel for him because he's in such a tough position. And it seems like people don't always have his back, but can't always have Reed's back because sometimes he's making tough decisions. The Thing is a little bit of a struggle for me. I think that Ebon Moss-Bachrach captures the Thing really well in this movie. I just feel like he's not given enough time to do that. When he is given the time, he does a great job at being the Thing. just straight out the comics, just doing the thing. But he really doesn't get a lot of time to do that. I feel like obviously we're connected to Reed and Sue because they're the primary leads of the movie, but Johnny seems to have a lot to do as well. So the thing ends up strangely being a little bit of like a comedic relief. Maybe it's just me, but I really wanted to see a lot of the thing, and I don't know if I got what I was expecting necessarily. Galactus, pretty good. Oh, the Silver Surfer is great in this movie. Any dickheads out there who thinks that the Silver Surfer is not going to be good because it's a woman, you're just dumb. Read a comic book. You're stupid. It's a comic. It's a comic thing. Just read a comic book and quit being a fucking idiot. So basically, that's the characters. I think that they all have their time to shine and they all do a great job in this movie. I don't think anybody is doing a bad performance in this whole movie, which is great. I love it. And the direction for the characters is also really good. Script, pretty solid in that regard too. The dialogue is pretty all there. Which then brings me to the story. Let's talk about the story.
To knock you off your feet. You wanna say hey, but you don't. You don't. Your mom says tell her how you feel, but you won't. Cause you're just too cool to tell her truly. Get your
Now, obviously, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie in case you're watching this for some reason before you go see the movie. I'm just going to warn you. Maybe I do spoil some things here and there. I don't know. I just want to say this movie has an incredible story. There's some really intense scenes. Moments where, like, multiple intense things are happening, and you're just like, that's fucking crazy. This shit's going down. I don't know. It's really cool. I do like those moments. It's just so much all at once, which actually lends to a slight problem I noticed in the movie. I felt like the movie was a little fast, and it makes sense for this film because there's a lot going on. You got this space journey. You have the characters, dealing with major conflicts. They have internal personal conflicts. You have to give each character their time. And you have to even give time to the villains, which is difficult when there's 6 characters in a 2-hour movie that you have to fill time with. And, there's so much going on, and there's side characters, and there's just it's really intense. You have a lot going on, and it's kind of amazing that they accomplished it. But now, let's talk about the visuals.
to knock you off your feet. You wanna say hey, but you don't. You don't. Your mom says tell her how you feel, but you won't. Cause you're just too cool to tell her truly. Get your feelings all getting unruly, don't try to school me. So she passes you by in the hallway. You're staring at the wall, trying to play while I say that.
Arguably, my favorite part of the movie. I would say the visual take a major role in this because it's an entirely different world and they have to fill that with all of these cool inventions and contraptions that Reed has. So much is done in this world that you really feel like it's fulfilled, like everything in this world is real and exists in a real world. There's so much in this world. I don't know, it's like you could tell this New York is not the New York from the MCU, but it also seems like a real city, but almost too sci-fi to be like a normal city, but it could be something from the future. But then you also can tell that it's in the past because of how it's designed. And it just does a really good job of blending all these elements together. The retrofuturism is done pretty perfectly in this movie, which is, obviously expected from the director because he did WandaVision. I'm blanking on the name right now, but it makes sense for him to be able to do something like that. Overall, I'd say this movie has some pretty great themes. The characters are done really well, the visuals are great, and the story is really good, although there are some parts I didn't like. So, to give it a score, which is the first time I'm doing this, I'm gonna say Fantastic Four is a pretty fantastic 8.5 out of 10. Goodbye.
Are you pregnant?